Hello everyone! Thank you for visiting our channel. Have you ever experienced such life stories? Anna and William got married 3 years ago. When William met his future wife, he was going through a difficult period in his life. It all started like this. When William couldn't handle his overwhelming emotions anymore, he decided to seek some advice from a psychologist, recommended by his friends. That psychologist turned out to be Anna. When they started working together, the man immediately knew it wouldn't last long. He was instantly attracted to her. He almost immediately suggested ending their sessions and invited her on a date. They dated for a while and then got married. One day, William decided to leave work early to have dinner with his wife. When he came home, she was already preparing something in the kitchen. He approached her, embraced her, and kissed her while she stood by the stove. Suddenly, someone rang the doorbell. Anna was about to run and open the door, but her husband stopped her, saying he would do it himself. When he opened the door, there stood a young man, about 20 years old, wearing a perfectly ironed shirt and holding a large bouquet of flowers. He smiled, but as soon as he saw William in front of him, the smile slowly disappeared from his face. The young man stood confused for a few seconds, then timidly introduced himself as a courier, handed the flowers to William, and said they were for Anna. After that, he quickly ran down the stairs. William was also taken aback by the unexpected behavior of this young man. He ran away without asking William to sign any papers, acknowledging the delivery of the bouquet. With mixed feelings, he approached his wife and handed her the flowers. "Here, some courier brought these for you," he said. "A courier?" his wife exclaimed, trying to find any note hidden in the bouquet. "Some young guy, I don't know. He didn't even ask me to sign anything, just ran away," her husband replied. At that moment, a look of realization appeared on his wife's face, as if she knew who it was from. "I think it's from one of my clients. He's very grateful to me for helping him," Anna said, smiling. "Let's go have dinner." After that strange incident, several weeks passed. One day, William had a day off, and he decided to stop by his wife's office in the middle of the day and have lunch together. He entered the premises, where his wife's office was located, along with several other rooms where other specialists worked. The receptionist informed him that Anna was still in a consultation and that he would have to wait a little. About 15 minutes passed, and the door to his wife's office opened. A young man came out and quickly headed towards the exit. When William looked at him, he was taken aback. It was the same guy who had recently brought flowers for Anna. The young man gave William a grim look and hurriedly left the room. William, stunned, even stood up from his chair. At that moment, Anna herself came out of her office and, upon seeing her husband, waved at him with joy. "It seems we need to talk," the husband said, leading his wife away from the curious receptionist. "That guy who just left, was he your patient?" he asked. "Joseph? Yes, I've been counseling him for the past 6 months," replied his wife. "Well, it turns out that this guy was the courier who delivered the flowers back then." "Are you hiding something, Anna?" the husband hissed. His wife fell silent for a moment. "No, I told you back then that it was from a grateful client, but I didn't know he brought the bouquet himself. He's very shy, so I guess he decided to introduce himself to you as a courier," she replied, anticipating her husband's questions. William pondered. His wife had never discussed her clients with him, so he never knew who she was working with. The explanations seemed logical, but there was still something that troubled him about this situation. Anna interrupted his thoughts as she was already suggesting a cafe where they could have lunch. A month later, his wife's workload suddenly increased significantly. More and more clients were scheduling appointments with her. However, she began to behave rather strangely. Usually, when his wife had a busy day, she would come home exhausted. But this time it was different. Her behavior became unusual. She had very little free time for her husband, and when he raised his concerns, she would reply that she couldn't deny people help. Every day, William became more and more tense. He didn't like how much time his wife was dedicating to work and how she had stopped paying attention to him. He even started feeling jealous of her own job. One day, she again didn't come home on time, and that's when he decided to give her a call. At first, she didn't answer, but William wasn't surprised. Usually, her phone was on silent mode, but she always called back. 10 minutes later, he received a message from her. "Emergency appointment, I'll be delayed." It was already quite late, so the husband decided to pick up Anna by car to ensure she wouldn't have to travel home in the dark. When he arrived at the building, he noticed that only his wife's office had the lights on. Everyone else had already left. What kind of emergency appointment? Thought the husband. He entered the premises, but the receptionist was no longer there, and the door to his wife's office was closed. The man cautiously approached the door and listened. Usually, during sessions, either clients or Anna herself would be talking, but he didn't hear anything. Then he decided to go inside. As soon as he opened the door, the man immediately understood why he didn't hear any conversations. Before his eyes unfolded a shocking scene: his wife and the young man, naked, having sex right on the table. What he saw was undeniable, and any explanations would have been meaningless. William's next action may seem strange, but he knew exactly what he was doing. Before the situation spiraled out of control, he took out his phone and captured a photo of what his wife and her lover were engaged in on her workplace. Hiding the phone in his pocket, he ran up to the lover and delivered a couple of powerful blows to his jaw, knocking him out. The wife began to scream and received a couple of slaps on her cheek. While the lover lay unconscious and his wife tried to regain her composure and catch her breath, the man picked up all the lover's clothes and stuffed them into a trashed bag. Following suit, he put his wife's belongings into the bag as she remained seated on the table, still naked. The betrayed husband took the bag, yelled at Anna never to show up at home again, and walked out of the room, slamming the door behind him. Let them stroll around naked lovebirds, he thought to himself, tossing the bag with the clothes into a dumpster. The betrayed husband made sure everyone in his wife's professional circle learned about this situation. Anna's psychologist license was revoked due to her indecent behavior. She had to leave her comfortable apartment and temporarily move in with a friend to figure out what to do next. Without the ability to practice psychology, without any other work experience or education, she didn't know where to go. It seemed that Anna was a psychologist who understood the intricacies of people's inner lives. Yet, she couldn't understand herself and predict such a terrible conflict. But such things happen quite often. The cobbler's children have no shoes. Such is life's story. Share your thoughts in the comments about this situation and the behavior of the spouses. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and be sure to like this video. It will greatly help promote the channel. Take care and have a wonderful day.